Chosen one. God is saying, remain completely silent. This is not a casual instruction. It carries deep importance. Pay close attention, because the message you are about to receive has the power to redirect your path, preserve your peace, and shield the future I have prepared for you. If your focus drifts, even briefly, you could overlook the very guidance that was meant to protect you. I am not asking you to silence your heart or ignore your calling. I am asking you to protect what I am cultivating within you until the right time. Not every ear is meant to hear what I have placed inside your spirit, and not every person will honor what I am developing. What is growing in your life is still tender, and exposing it too early can invite unnecessary opposition. I am creating something holy within you, and quietness is part of the process. When you reveal everything before its season, you can weaken what I am carefully strengthening in hidden places. Hold on to this truth, because it will change the way you move from this day forward. If this message speaks to your heart, deeper, Amen. You have been asking why I have led you away from certain conversations, why explaining yourself suddenly feels exhausting, and why you feel an unexpected desire to remain silent. This is not uncertainty or fear. It is my protection over your life. I am teaching you the wisdom of restraint, because your words have greater influence than you realize. Every time you speak without discernment, you open doors for doubt, envy, criticism, and misunderstanding to enter through people who cannot see what I am accomplishing in you. I am not telling you to isolate yourself from others. I am inviting you to use discernment about what you share and the timing of your words. Some of my greatest works must first take root in secret before they are revealed openly. In the quiet places, I am building a strength within you that will not be shaken by opinions, distractions, or the voices surrounding you. Every time you resist the urge to explain yourself, you are learning to trust me instead of seeking validation from others. This is where your growth becomes real, because it is no longer dependent on approval or recognition. It is built on faith. And faith grows strongest when it is not constantly exposed to doubt. You are not losing connection by being quiet. You are gaining clarity that will guide you in ways you never imagined. If this is touching your heart, take a moment to like this video and show that you are ready to receive what is being revealed to you right now. I see the moments when you feel misunderstood, when people assume things about you because you chose not to speak. I see the tension inside you when you want to defend yourself, but something within tells you to stay still. That voice you feel is mine, and I am asking you to trust it even when it feels uncomfortable. Not every battle needs your words, and not every situation deserves your explanation. Some things are handled best when you step back and allow me to work in ways you cannot see. There are people around you who are watching, listening, and waiting for you to reveal more than you should. They are not all harmful, but they are not all aligned either. And that is why your silence matters right now. When you speak too soon, you open doors that should remain closed. And when you stay quiet, you keep those doors sealed until the right time. This is not about fear. This is about wisdom. And wisdom is what will carry you into the next phase of your life. I am preparing you for something that requires a deeper level of discipline. Your words must become intentional, not reactive. And your silence must become a place of strength, not weakness. You are not being silenced because you are unimportant. You are being refined because you are chosen. There is a difference, and you must understand it fully. When you learn to hold back what is not meant to be shared, You begin to move with a power that cannot be easily disrupted. Type 777 if you trust God. There is a shift happening within you, and it is changing how you see people, how you respond, and how you carry yourself. You may have noticed that certain conversations no longer feel right, that certain people no longer feel safe to open up to, and that is because I am adjusting your environment from the inside out. I am showing you who deserves your words and who does not. And this discernment is a gift that will protect you in ways you cannot yet measure. Do not ignore it. And do not try to force yourself back into patterns that I am asking you to leave behind. Silence is not emptiness. It is preparation. In your quiet moments, I am speaking to you in ways that are deeper than any conversation you could have with others. I am giving you insight, direction, and strength that will guide your next steps. When you fill every moment with talking, you miss what I am trying to show you. But when you embrace stillness, you begin to hear clearly. And that clarity will lead you exactly where you need to go. You are not alone in this process. Even if it feels that way at times, I am with you in every moment of restraint, every time you choose not to speak, and every time you trust me instead of reacting. This is how your life begins to change in a real and lasting way. It is not through loud declarations or constant explanations, but through quiet obedience and steady faith. What if the real reason most manifestation methods do not work has finally been explained? A top neuroscientist linked to CIA research says without the right brainwave, results stay inconsistent. This 7-second ritual, supported by 4 neuroscience labs, is helping people approach money differently and improve their direction. Many are now stepping into dream homes, buying luxury cars, and enjoying luxury vacations they once thought were out of reach. But this information might not stay available online. Click the link in the description and comments before it gets removed. There are things I am placing inside your life right now that are too valuable to be exposed to careless words. When you speak too soon, you invite opinions that were never meant to shape your path. Those opinions can create doubt, confusion, and unnecessary delays. But when you stay quiet, you allow what I am doing to develop fully without interference, without pressure, and without distraction. This is how something strong is formed. Not in noise, but in stillness. Type 1111 if you believe. You may feel a deep internal struggle at times, especially when you want to defend yourself or prove your point. There will be moments when silence feels like surrender. But understand this clearly. It is not surrender to people. It is surrender to me. You are choosing to trust that I will handle what you cannot control. You are choosing to believe that your silence will not weaken you, but strengthen you in ways that words never could. I am watching how you respond in these moments, not to judge you, but to guide you. Every time you choose silence over reaction, you grow stronger in discipline. Every time you hold back instead of speaking impulsively, you gain a deeper level of control over your life. This control is not about dominance over others. It is about mastery over yourself. And when you master yourself, nothing outside of you can easily shake you. There are people who are confused by your quietness. They expect you to react the way you used to speak the way you once did, to explain and justify your actions, but you are not the same anymore. And they can feel that shift even if they cannot understand it. Do not let their confusion pull you back into old patterns. Stay firm in what I am teaching you. because this change is necessary for where I am taking you. As you continue to walk in this silence, you will begin to see things more clearly. You will notice intentions that you once overlooked. You will understand people without them having to say a word. This is one of the gifts of quietness. It sharpens your awareness. When you are not constantly speaking, you become more present, more observant, and more connected to what is truly happening around you. There is also a protection in your silence that you must not ignore. When you speak less, you reveal less. And when you reveal less, there is less that can be used against you. Not everyone needs to know your plans, your thoughts, or your next move. Some things are meant to stay between you and me until the right moment arrives. This is how you move wisely in a world that does not always have your best interest at heart. Type yes to receive miracles. I know that part of you still feels the need to be understood by others. You want people to see your heart, your intentions, and your truth. But there are times when being understood is not as important as being protected. I will bring the right people into your life who will understand you without you having to explain everything. Until then, trust that your silence is serving a purpose greater than your need for validation. What I am preparing you for requires a different level of maturity. It requires you to move with intention, to speak with purpose, and to remain silent when necessary. This is not about becoming distant or disconnected. It is about becoming aligned with my will. When you are aligned, you no longer feel the need to prove yourself because you know who you are and where you are going. There will be moments when you are tested in this area. Situations will arise that try to pull you into unnecessary conversations or conflicts. People may say things that provoke you, trying to get a reaction out of you. In those moments, remember what I have told you. Not every word deserves a response, and not every situation requires your involvement. Sometimes, the strongest thing you can do is walk away in silence. Silence does not mean you are weak. It means you are wise enough to choose your battles. It means you understand that your energy is valuable and should not be wasted on things that do not align with your purpose. You are learning to protect your peace, and that peace will become the foundation of everything I am building in your life. I am also teaching you patience through this process. When you are quiet, you are forced to wait, to observe, and to trust. This waiting is not empty. It is full of growth. It is where your faith deepens and your understanding expands. You may not always see immediate results, but know that something is always happening beneath the surface. Your silence is also creating space for me to speak more clearly to you. When your mind is not filled with constant talking or reacting, you begin to hear my guidance in a deeper way. I am able to direct your steps more precisely because you are not distracted by unnecessary noise. This is how you begin to move with confidence, not because you have all the answers, but because you trust the one who is guiding you. Do not rush this process or try to escape it. What you are learning right now is essential for your future. There are opportunities, relationships, and blessings ahead that require you to have this level of discipline. Without it, you would risk losing what I am preparing for you. But with it, you will be able to handle everything that comes your way with strength and wisdom. I see your effort even when it feels difficult. I see the moments when you hold back your words, when you choose not to react, and when you trust me instead of your emotions. These moments matter more than you realize. They are shaping you into someone who can carry what I am about to place in your life. Have you heard about the private group of neuroscientists working on brainwaves connected to money? A top researcher revealed This work was based on CIA studies not meant for public release yet. The result is a simple 7-second ritual validated by 4 neuroscience labs now practiced at home. Many who once struggled financially are now living in dream homes, owning luxury cars, and taking luxury vacations. But this page could disappear without warning. Click the link in the description and comments before it vanishes. Stay in this place of quiet strength. Do not let anyone make you feel small for choosing silence. Do not let the world convince you that you must always speak to be heard. I hear you, even in your silence, and I am working on your behalf in ways that words could never accomplish. Continue walking in this discipline, and you will begin to see the results. Doors will open that you did not force. Situations will resolve without your interference, and you will find yourself standing in places that once felt out of reach. All of this will happen because you chose to listen, to trust, and to remain silent when I told you to. There are moments ahead where your silence will speak louder than any words you could ever say. People will expect a reaction. They will wait for a response. But what they will receive instead is your stillness. That stillness will confuse some, but it will also reveal truth. It will show who respects your boundaries and who tries to cross them. It will show who understands your growth and who resists it. Type miracle. Do not underestimate what I am doing through your quietness. I am aligning your thoughts, your emotions, and your spirit in a way that will prepare you for greater responsibility. When you learn to control your words, you begin to control your direction. Your life will no longer be pulled by every opinion or every situation. Instead, it will move with intention, guided by something deeper and more stable. You are also learning to trust timing, not just your own, but mine. There is a right moment for everything. And when you speak before that moment, you can disturb what is meant to unfold naturally. But when you wait, when you hold back, when you allow things to develop without interference, you begin to see how perfectly everything comes together. This is the beauty of trust. It removes the pressure to force outcomes. There are people who may try to provoke you during this time. They may question your silence, misunderstand your intentions, or even challenge your character. But you must remember this clearly. Not every voice deserves your attention. Some voices are distractions meant to pull you away from what I am doing. When you refuse to engage, you are not ignoring them. You are protecting your path. Your silence is also revealing your growth to yourself. You are seeing how much you have changed, how you no longer feel the need to respond to everything, how you can sit with discomfort without reacting. This is maturity, and it is something that cannot be taken from you once it is developed. It becomes a part of who you are, guiding you in every situation you face. Type 1212 if you trust in Jesus. There is also a deeper peace that comes with this kind of discipline. When you are not constantly speaking or reacting, your mind becomes clearer. You begin to feel less overwhelmed, less pressured, and more grounded. This peace is not temporary. It is something that will stay with you, as long as you continue to walk in alignment with what I am teaching you. I know there are times when silence feels heavy, when it feels like you are holding back too much, when you wonder if you are doing the right thing. In those moments, remind yourself why you started. Remind yourself that this is not about hiding. It is about preparing. You are not being held back. You are being positioned. There are blessings that require discretion. Not everything that is given to you is meant to be announced immediately. Some things are meant to be protected until they are fully established. When you understand this, you will begin to see your silence, not as a limitation, but as a covering. It is something that shields what is valuable until it is ready to be revealed. You are also learning to listen in a new way. When you speak less, you hear more, not just from others, but from within. You begin to notice the small nudges, the quiet guidance that leads you in the right direction. This is how you develop a deeper connection with me, not through constant talking, but through attentive listening. There will be a time when you will be called to speak, and when that time comes, your words will carry weight. They will not be empty or rushed, but intentional and powerful. People will listen differently because they will sense that what you say is not random, but meaningful. This is why your silence now is so important. It is preparing you for those moments. Do not feel pressured to break your silence just to fit in or to meet expectations. You are not here to follow the same patterns as everyone else. You are here to walk a path that is guided by purpose. And that path requires a different approach. It requires you to be selective, to be intentional, and to be disciplined. I am also removing certain attachments through this process. When you stop speaking as much, you begin to see which relationships were built on shallow connections. You begin to notice who values you for who you are and who only values what you share. This clarity is necessary. Even if it feels uncomfortable at times, your silence is creating space for the right connections to enter your life. When you are no longer filling every moment with unnecessary words, you become more available for meaningful conversations. You begin to attract people who understand depth, who respect boundaries, and who align with your growth. Is it really possible to attract money more naturally using a 7-second ritual? Research connected to the CIA suggests certain brainwave states influence how opportunities appear in your life. This technique, proven by 4 neuroscience labs, is helping people shift away from financial pressure toward improved lifestyles. Many are now stepping into dream homes, driving luxury cars, and enjoying luxury vacations. But this information may not remain online for long. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. There is a strength in you that is rising, one that does not need to prove itself through words. It is a quiet confidence that comes from knowing who you are and where you are going. This confidence will carry you through situations where others may feel lost or uncertain. It will keep you steady when everything around you feels unstable. Stay committed to this process, even when it feels challenging. What you are gaining is far greater than what you are giving up. You are building a foundation that will support everything that comes next in your life. Without it, things could easily fall apart. But with it, you will stand firm no matter what comes your way. I am with you in every moment of this journey. I see your effort, your patience, and your trust. None of it is wasted. Everything you are walking through today is shaping you for a future that is far greater than you can currently see. Every lesson, every moment of restraint, and every act of obedience is preparing you for what is ahead. Continue moving with faith. Do not return to the patterns, habits, or mindsets that once held you back. You have grown beyond them. The path before you is different, and it calls for a version of you that is steady, intentionnel, and rooted in purpose. For so long, you felt the need to defend yourself, explain your motives, and convince others that your heart was genuine. You invested energy trying to correct misunderstandings and change opinions that were never yours to control. But that chapter is coming to a close. The season you are entering demands a different response. I am no longer asking you to prove who you are. Instead, I am calling you to live with such integrity that your life becomes the testimony. Let your actions speak where your words once tried to persuade. There is a quiet authority growing within you, and it does not depend on constant explanations to be recognized. If you believe this message is for you, type 1010 and receive this blessing with faith. There will be times when your silence is misunderstood. Some will mistake it for weakness. Others may believe that because you do not answer every accusation or challenge, they have gained an advantage over you. Allow them to think what they choose. Their opinions cannot change the truth I have established over your life. Your responsibility is not to manage how others see you. Your responsibility is to remain faithful to the direction I have given you, even when no one else understands it. Silence is not a sign that you have surrendered. It is evidence that you have learned self-control and trust. I am also teaching you something deeper. I am freeing you from the burden of trying to control every result. Often, endless words are driven by the desire to shape every situation, influence every opinion, and prevent every misunderstanding. But when you choose quiet confidence instead, you place those outcomes into my hands. In that surrender, I begin working in ways you could never accomplish through your own effort, opening doors, changing hearts, and arranging circumstances beyond anything you could have planned. This is where true faith begins to take root. There is a quiet confidence forming within you that is different from anything you have known before. It does not need attention. It does not seek approval. And it does not rely on constant affirmation. It is steady, grounded, and deeply rooted in trust. This kind of confidence cannot be shaken by opinions or circumstances because it is not built on them. It is built on something far greater. Type 222 to claim miracles. You are also becoming more aware of the energy around you. You can feel when something is not right, when someone's words do not match their intentions, when a situation is pulling you away from your path. This awareness is a gift, and your silence helps protect it. When you speak too much, you can override that awareness. But when you stay quiet, you allow it to guide you more clearly. There are doors that are beginning to open in your life. Even if you cannot fully see them yet, these doors are connected to opportunities that require wisdom, patience, and self-control. If you were still operating in your old patterns, you might rush into them without thinking. But now you are learning to move carefully. You are learning to wait, to observe, and to step forward only when the timing is right. This is also a season of separation, and it may not always feel comfortable. You may feel distant from certain people, or you may notice that conversations no longer flow the way they used to. This is not something to fear. It is something to understand. I am creating space in your life, removing what no longer aligns, and making room for what is meant to come next. Your silence is part of this process. You are being taught to value your peace in a way you never have before. Peace is not just the absence of conflict. It is the presence of clarity and stability within you. When you choose not to engage in unnecessary conversations or arguments, you are protecting that peace. And the more you protect it, the stronger it becomes. It becomes a shield that guards your mind and your heart. There will be moments when you are tempted to go back to old habits, to speak out of frustration, to react out of emotion. In those moments, pause and remember what you are building. Do not trade long-term strength for short-term relief. What you are creating within yourself is far too valuable to be lost in a moment of impulse. Stay grounded, stay focused, and stay committed to this path. I am also aligning you with a higher level of purpose, one that requires you to be intentional with every part of your life. Your words, your actions, your thoughts. All of it is being refined. This is not about perfection. It is about alignment. When you are aligned, things begin to flow more naturally. You no longer feel like you are forcing your way through life, but instead, you are moving with it. There is a protection that surrounds you right now. Even if you do not fully see it, situations that could have gone wrong are being redirected. Conversations that could have caused harm are being avoided. Paths that could have led to confusion are being closed. This is not coincidence. This is my hand at work in your life. Your silence is allowing this protection to remain strong. What if most people struggle financially because they never activate a specific brainwave? Leading neuroscientists point to CIA-linked research that highlights this missing link. This 7-second ritual, backed by 4 neuroscience labs, is helping people rethink their financial habits and improve outcomes. Many are now moving into dream homes, owning luxury cars, and traveling on luxury vacations. But this page might be taken down soon. Click the link in the description and comments before it is removed. You are also learning the value of restraint. Just because you can say something does not mean you should. Just because you have an opinion does not mean it needs to be shared. This restraint is not about limitation. It is about wisdom. It is about knowing when to speak and when to remain still. This understanding will serve you in every area of your life. There is a strength in you that is becoming more visible. Even in your quietness, people may not understand it, but they can feel it. They can sense that you are not easily moved, that you are not easily influenced, that there is something different about you. This difference is not something you need to explain. It is something you simply need to embody. Stay committed to this path, even when it feels lonely. Even when it feels like you are walking a different road from everyone else. You are not alone, and you are not lost. You are being guided step by step. Even in the moments when it feels quiet, trust that every moment of silence is shaping you into who you are meant to become. What lies ahead for you is greater than what you have left behind. The discipline you are developing now will prepare you to handle it with strength and wisdom. Without this foundation, it would be easy to lose balance. But with it, you will stand firm no matter what comes your way. You may have noticed that when you stay silent, situations reveal themselves without effort. People show their true intentions. Patterns become visible, and hidden truths rise to the surface. This is not coincidence. This is what happens when you stop interrupting the process with words. Silence allows things to unfold naturally without interference. And in that unfolding, you gain understanding that could never come through constant speaking. Tip 1111 to affirm. There are moments ahead where your silence will protect you from saying something that could have changed the course of your life in the wrong direction. A single word spoken at the wrong time can create consequences that take a long time to repair. But when you hold back, when you pause, when you choose stillness over reaction, you avoid those unnecessary outcomes. This is one of the reasons I am being so serious with you about this instruction. You are also being prepared for environments where not everyone is meant to know your thoughts. There will be spaces you enter where wisdom must guide your words carefully. In those spaces, your silence will be your shield. It will allow you to observe, to learn, and to move strategically without exposing more than you should subtly. This is not about being secretive. It is about being discerning. There is a shift in your identity that is taking place. You are moving from someone who feels the need to express everything into someone who understands the value of holding things within until the right moment. This shift will change how others perceive you, but more importantly, it will change how you perceive yourself. You will begin to see yourself as someone who is in control, someone who is grounded, someone who is guided. Type yes to receive miracles. You are also learning that silence creates space for deeper connection with me. When your mind is not filled with constant talking or reacting, it becomes open to receive guidance. I am able to place thoughts, direction, and understanding within you in a way that is clear and steady. This is how you begin to walk with confidence, not because you have all the answers, but because you trust the guidance you are receiving. There will be times when you feel the urge to explain yourself to people who misunderstand you. You will feel the pull to correct their assumptions, to make them see your side, to bring clarity to what they do not understand. But understand this: not everyone is meant to understand you in this season. Some people are meant to observe from a distance while you continue to grow. Your silence will create a boundary that protects your progress. I am also teaching you to value your energy in a new way. Every conversation, every explanation, every reaction takes something from you. When you give too much of yourself to situations that do not matter, you become drained and distracted. But when you conserve your energy, when you choose where to invest it, you remain strong and focused. This is how you maintain your direction without losing momentum. There is a level of discipline forming in you that will set you apart. It is not loud. It is not obvious. But it is powerful. It is the ability to hold yourself steady when everything around you is pulling you to react. It is the ability to remain calm when others expect you to lose control. This discipline will open doors that would remain closed to someone who has not learned it. You are also beginning to understand the weight of your words. You are realizing that what you say carries influence, and because of that, it must be used carefully. When you speak less, your words gain value. They are no longer lost in constant conversation, but recognized as intentional and meaningful. This is how your voice becomes impactful, not through volume, but through purpose. There are situations that will resolve themselves simply because you chose not to interfere. You will look back and realize that your silence allowed things to unfold in a way that worked in your favor. If you had spoken, you might have complicated the situation or delayed the outcome. But because you held back, everything aligned naturally. This is the power of trust in my instruction. How are people moving from financial stress to more comfortable lifestyles so quickly? A CIA-linked study suggests a simple 7-second brain ritual may influence how people respond to opportunities, supported by 4 neuroscience labs. This method is helping individuals improve daily life. Many are now stepping into dream homes, upgrading to luxury cars, and taking luxury vacations. This message may not remain available forever. If it has spoken to your heart, be sure to visit the link in the description and the comments before it is gone. There may also be seasons when you notice a growing sense of solitude. The conversations you once enjoyed may no longer feel the same. Certain relationships may begin to change, and you may find yourself spending more time in quiet than you ever expected. Do not mistake this for abandonment. This is not a season of isolation. It is a season of preparation. In the stillness, I am strengthening your spirit, refining your character, and positioning you for what is ahead. Do not fear the silence that surrounds you. It is not empty space. It is filled with purpose. It is where I am laying a firm foundation beneath your life, establishing your identity, and revealing the direction you are meant to follow. The road before you requires exactly what I am developing within you today. It calls for unwavering discipline, steady focus, and the wisdom to know when to speak and when to remain quiet. Without this season of preparation, it would be easy to become distracted or pulled away by the wrong influences. But because I am preparing you now, you will step forward with confidence, stability, and clear vision. I am also teaching you that every truth does not need to be spoken the moment you discover it. Some things must first settle deeply within your heart before they are shared with others. When you rush ahead of my timing, you can interfere with what I am arranging. But when you choose patience, trust my direction, and allow my timing to unfold, you will watch every piece come together exactly as it should. Remain faithful to the journey, even when it stretches your patience. What you are gaining is infinitely more valuable than anything you have been asked to release. I am shaping you into someone who walks with wisdom, stands with unwavering confidence, and is no longer controlled by emotion, pressure, or impulse, but by purpose and truth. Know that I am beside you through every moment of this transformation. I see every sacrifice you have made, every time you chose restraint instead of reaction, and every step of faith you have taken. None of it has escaped my attention. Nothing you have endured is meaningless. Even now, I am using every experience to prepare a future far greater than you can presently imagine.